My name is Alexander Guerrezo. Yeah, I've been taking Filipino martial arts for about, I guess, at least 15 years already. But I've been involved in martial arts for the last 30 somewhat years, since 8 years old, basically.
Good, nice.
Just comparing Filipino martial arts to all the arts I've taken, you learn weapons first. Most arts, weapons is the advanced thing to learn. You have to go through all your empty hand, be a black belt, and now I can show you a weapon. Filipino martial arts, the first day you walk into class, you learn to fight with either a stick or knife or blade in your hand. So it really is, I think, the defining factor. Like, it's weapons first before it goes into the empty hands.
This leg. Now,
the Filipino martial arts requires a lot of time and discipline, self-discipline to pursue it, because it really is a very comprehensive martial arts system.
now my weapon, the butt end of your stick, is your elbow. You're gonna come across here. Bang!
It really is a beautiful martial art, in contrast and very comparable to Kung Fu or Karate. Unfortunately, our own countrymen would prefer to learn foreign martial arts like Taekwondo, Aikido, Kung Fu, or Karate. When I was in the Philippines, it was very hard to really sell our own martial art to our own kababayans, our own countrymen. In comparison, teaching the Filipinos here that grew up, the Filipino Americans, they were really looking for a sense of identity. And they really long to have that sense of Filipino identity, but they had no role models. They don't know what it's like, what is it to be a Filipino.
I grew up in Washington Heights, so Washington Heights predominantly is a Hispanic neighborhood. And we literally, in the 80s and 90s, were the only Filipino family in that neighborhood, I believe. Back then, all people knew about, Asians was either Chinese or Japanese. I said Filipino, and my friends would say, "Is that Chinese?" Like, "No, Filipino." "Is that Japanese?" "No, it's Filipino." "What's that?" "The Philippines," and nobody knew. Yeah, growing up, all I had really was the language and the food, so I really knew nothing else. I didn't have much of a Filipino, identity. And my brother kept trying to convince me to attend class, and I was like, no, I don't need to. I took enough years of Taekwondo that I felt confident enough to, manage on my own if anything were to happen. So I threw a punch at him, and he did this destruction. He basically just destroyed my fist with his elbow and got me hooked that day. I have not stopped since. It's what made me feel Filipino again. So I finally felt connected to a point that, I went to the Philippines. I practiced with some of the grandmasters. There's my instructors. So it really is the thing that makes me feel Filipino.
These students, they get a lot of satisfaction because our atmosphere is more of a family atmosphere, and they don't feel like, oh, I'm gonna have to drag my ass down to work out, this and that. They enjoy it, even if they're very tired coming from work. They enjoy and look forward to having that 1 hour, 1.5 hours, or 2 hours training.
At least with Philippine martial arts, is when you enter or you study, it feels like you're still home. It's like Philippines are very much about family and community. So like here, it really is, you look at them as your fellow students, as more like your brothers, sisters, uncles, older brothers. I call my instructor Kuya. Like, it's just, you don't hear that in other arts. It's usually sir, grandmaster or something, but they're here, we're family. Filipino martial arts is really well-rounded. It's really effective, and it really is, ours. It's something we could really call ours. Like, I hear that, back in the Philippines, the Eskrima artist or Filipino martial arts is more of the poor person's art, so, or something like that, or it's a backyard art. It's not like, you're more commercial, not commercialized, you're more international arts like judo or karate or anything, so. I mean, it's sad, but hopefully, over time, or if they see, people in the United States taking it, maybe they'll develop an interest. 'Cause it seems like, things that the United States tend to adapt, Philippines tends to adapt too. So that maybe in some way we could reintroduce our art back to the Philippines from here, if that's possible.
Thank you, guys.